Good evening, my friends. Good evening. Hope I am audible. Hope I am audible. Hope I am audible. Yes, I am audible. I am audible. Today, I'll try to light on the area Netaji mystery and Lal Bahadur Shastri. Lal Bahadur Shastri, the second Prime Minister of the divided India, he was born on 2nd October 1904, and light of his life extinguished mysteriously in Tashkent, Russian territory, the capital of the Uzbekistan, in while he was for some agreement with Ayub Khan, the Tashkent agreement, Tashkent Pact, in 11th January 1966. His life extinguished. We'll try to understand, try to light upon some documents available which may help us the to understand this area. Netaji mystery, the mystery man, and Lal Bahadur Shastri. Let me tell few things. In West Bengal, at the southeastern angle of the Governor House in Calcutta, adjoining the Maidan, a huge statue of Netaji Subhash Chandra in army dress. Huge statue. That was inaugurated by Shastriji. Shastriji had a deep respect for Netaji Subhash Chandra. And I'll show from documents his deep respect, and also he knew that Netaji has not died in the plane crash as told by many and the Shahnawaz Khan committee, that he died in 18th August 1945 in Taihoku. He did not believe that. Must be there are some reasons, very deep reasons. As he was a politician of high level, he did not disclose his source of informations. Maybe I'll talk on today. Am I audible, my friends? Audible? Okay. No comment. Let me see. Some of the some series of group photos was found, and the series of group photos related to The Tashkent Agreement, 1966, group photos, where you see the Russian officers, Russian President, USSR President, Ayub Khan, Shastriji, and some high profile persons of the India side and Pakistan side. And there was a photo, a figure, a mystery of a mystery man, never name of whom is never disclosed, neither by Russian side. ওকে দাদা, তোমার সঙ্গে 1 ঘন্টা পরে কথা বলবো। This name was never disclosed. Dr. Shankar Chatterjee, who is an ex-army man, and his friends sent these group photos, and particularly for face mapping of this mystery man to a person expert, face mapping expert in England, who compared the face profile of this mystery man with that of Netaji Subhash Chandra. His report was that there is a high degree of similarities between the two. That is one thing. Then another file which was declassified by Modi government in 2016. There is a file. The file is related to a question in the Indian Parliament, and this question was raised relating to a broadcast from the Moscow radio by one Subhash Chandra Bose in that time of Tashkent Agreement. And question was raised in Indian Parliament how a speech can be broadcasted in 66 January from Moscow radio from the lips of some Subhash Chandra Bose, and a request from Government of India went to this radio station, Russia. They gave the answer. They inquired that some student named Subhash Chandra Bose came to the studio and broadcasted. They found out 3 Subhash Chandra Boses, 3 students, each name bearing this name Subhash Chandra Bose, from 3 different corners of this India, went to Russia at that time for higher study. And then here the file stops. No further inquiry was there in this file and on this subject. But the mystery continued. Mystery continued. The file closed there. No further inquiry from the government of India to the Russian government. And the questions arose. The questions are many. How is it possible, was it possible at that time in 1966 January, the presence of Netaji there, maybe Mahakal, Bhagavanji, the persons close to Bhagavanji that time who was visiting him in North India very secretly, they are also in darkness. They are not clear about the answer to these questions. Some of them was with him that time in northern India. How he can go? There are many explanations, but how such a man could be present in this meeting? There are many explanations. And again, about the Moscow broadcast by some Subhash Chandra Bose from Moscow radio station, that has got many interpretations, many questions, many interpretation, but we are not sure about what is the reality. Then I will go to a deposition, a deposition by Sri Jagadish Kedia, who was once a very high important person in Congress in Delhi. His deposition to Justice Khosla Commission. That deposition, I will read some important area. This deposition about 38 pages. I do not need to read all these pages, but all these pages, I do not need to read all these pages, but let me read some important pages. That important areas will show how Shastriji is involved in this Netaji mystery. Yes, Sri Jagadish Kedia, the next witness, he came to the witness box in 1st March 1971, the witness box on oath. He was, as a student, he was respectful to Netaji Subhash Chandra. He was representative of All India Congress Committee from 1954 to 1969. As student of politics, I am quoting, I was admirer of Netaji, and I, for one, did not believe this story of Colonel Habibur Rahman, and I took interest in knowing whether the story of death at Taipei is correct or not, and in the statement which I am giving this honorable court today, I want to proceed in the order of things in the way they have been given to me and came to me in my conversations and background of my work, my visits abroad, etc. The first thing I will like to place before the commission is that there was a slogan that the sun never sets in the British Empire, but today the British Empire is existing only in its own territory, and the reason I attribute is the INA trial. The biggest blunder they made was the INA trial in India, and in this way his reasoning, that is the INA trial. INA is the most important reason which compelled British to retreat from this India. And there are so many, they are not needed for this subject today. Then I am going as, yes, my knowledge of the Congress matters is also very necessary before this commission, because the All India Congress Committee, of which Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was the president twice, never passes a resolution condoling his death. The reasons are best known to the leaders of the Congress. See the irony of fate, when the INA trial comes up, our great leaders Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru wore the gown of the barrister and appeared as defense counsel only for a few days, and got the maximum publicity that the whole Congress owned the deeds of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose for the freedom of this country. Pressing My point about the feeling of the British that the unity of the army was coming up. It was necessary for them to concoct this story about the death of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose so that the morals of the army was completely changed. Then I am coming to this area. He's yes. Commissioner is asking one question. I can read these books, condolences, etc. Sequedia. I will present this. This is also contains the complete speech delivered by Subhash Chandra Bose, Peking speech. I was reading it from one region for one reason which will come in my evidence, and for that I wanted this to go on record. Sir, in the year 1945, in the month of August and September, if you will try to get the records of All India Radio, you will find that it was broadcast from Peking. He thinks it is from Peking. That they are releasing a speech of Subhash Chandra Bose. Thousands of people in this country, including myself, at that time, given by Peking radio, waited to hear the voice and the words of the great soul, son of India. But there was so much humming by the Indian radio at that time that not even a word could be heard. Then, sir, I will take a minute about Subhas Babu's image after independence. Sir, in the year 54, I had an opportunity of going to Bangkok and Japan. It was in the month of August and of August, end of August, and end of August, when I had the opportunity of meeting our ambassador, Mr. Raup, in Tokyo. He hails from Allahabad too. His brother was minister in Burma. At that time, when Mr. Raup came to know that I was from Allahabad, he invited me quietly for lunch at his house and wanted to know what was my interest too and what place I wanted to go, all that. When I told that I wanted to go to the place where the ashes of Netaji are kept too, place from for some place, some flowers, he immediately told me, why waste your time? They are not these ashes of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Whether they were ashes or not is also not true, not sure. But definitely don't waste your time. They are not the ashes. In Bangkok also, sir, when I came across the Indians living there, they were not able to believe the theory of the accident. Again, they are sure that Netaji has not died. When I came back, sir, I gave this information to Lal Bahadur Shastri and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Shastriji was slightly inclined to listen to me patiently, but Panditji simply laughed at what I said. I again had an opportunity in 1961 to go to Saigon and to attend a seminar of the World Assembly of Youth. There we were taken to some summer resort known as Dalat. Yes, Dalat. Dalat was that headquarters of the South of the Japanese Army headquarters in Southeast Asia. Dalat, where we were specially invited to an exhibition held by the girls' school. I have told you many times that his last departure plan was in this Dalat, in this Japanese headquarters plan. and Dalat and Saigon is very near. Since I was wearing a Gandhi cap, Bishop asked me whether I believed that Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose is alive or dead. I told him that I am sure that the news, but he never died in the accident. He patted me on the back and said, "Young boy, I can tell you this much, that on the day BBC announced the death of Netaji, he was in Dalat. I was staying with him at that time. He wrote his name in my diary, and he said that if any evidence is required, he is prepared to come and give him." I told this story to Panditji. When he asked me to give this information to Panditji, who was the Home Minister, to look at it. So I handed over the diary to him, the Home Minister. But if you want to know, it will not be difficult to get the name of the bishop in Dalat in 1961. At that time, I never thought that the Home Minister will never make use of this information. That diary contained the, in addition to his name, whatever I had talked to, all is there in my diary. Commission again asked, "You have never seen the diary again?" "No, never." In 1953 and 59, I became the district Congress president in Delhi. I thought the Congress should take initiative in celebrating the birthday of Netaji. Then there is a big, the many pages, how how Panditji reacted and how Shastriji reacted, how Rajendra Prasad came forward to preside over the meeting. All these things are there. But always Nehru was averse to any program on Netaji. It is only Shastriji and Rajendra Prasad was very passionate to attend all these programs on Netaji. Yes. You mean Panditji or Shastriji? Yes. The question arose in recordings. So, acha. Then the question came, how recognition of these the INA soldiers came. You mean Panditji or Shastriji? Kodai is answering, Panditji, not Panditji. But in the question of appreciating recognition of the INA soldiers, Panditji did nothing. It is Shastriji. Shastriji passed the orders of recognition to the INA soldiers when Panditji was in coma, was in coma, was in shock. After the Baba of Solmari affair sprang up in a big way, since Shastriji was a home minister, was the home minister, I showed great interest. Even I can say that I was one of the most trusted lieutenants of Shastriji, though not known to the public. Though not known to the public, I was the most trusted lieutenant of Shastriji, not known to the public. I wanted permission from him to go to Solmari. He wanted permission. But he said, let me first make enquiries about this Solmari. Then I will let you know what is the reality. After he had made enquiries and he was satisfied that the Baba of Solmari was not Netaji, he said, you can go there. Then Shastriji and myself were together to Tirupati. Instead of Solmari, they went to Tirupati. Shastriji and this Kediaji went to Tirupati. Tirupati temple, where there was a custom of giving hair He said, "Why don't you get your head shaved here and go to Solmari?" I did get my head shaved, but because I am so closely associated with him, I felt that my going to Solmari would not be good thing, and I dropped the idea of visiting Solmari ashram. Those who shout for the Solmari is the mystery. After the death of Pandit Nehru, Shastriji became Prime Minister. When he were returning after cremation of Panditji, Shastriji said, after seeing the huge crowds, could you imagine that this type of crowd could you imagine that this type of crowd will collect so spontaneously if it is declared that Netaji is coming to Delhi? Shastriji is telling KDSG, you are seeing this crowd on the death of Panditji. Can you think how much crowd will be there if there is a news that Netaji is coming to Delhi on such and such date? I replied, I do not think there will be a single man, woman, or child sitting in their house. They will all come to greet him. He smiled at me, though this occasion was very sad. When he became Prime Minister, I again persisted on a commission of inquiry. I may say here that Shastriji was one person who did not believe the report of Shahnawaz Khan commission for obvious reasons that the commission did not visit the place of accident itself. Shastriji did not believe Shahnawaz Khan commission report. Actually, it was not a commission, it was a committee report. Did not believe. And Shastriji in mind was preparing to institute a commission of inquiry. Remember, in those days, there are many other facts disclosed here showing how much Shastriji was respectful to Netaji. How much respectful to. And and one thing, but one thing I want to pinpoint here. Remember, of a government, activities depend not only the political heads of the government, also bureaucracy and the people's perceptions. The three things are very important. If the bureaucracy is hostile, political heads cannot work. In our system, political head may change, but if the bureaucracy is hostile, stick to the past policies, very difficult for the new political heads to work. Very. I have experienced it during the NDA 1 period when the Justice Mukherjee Commission was functioning. Very hostile bureaucrats, ICS officers was there in the government who was not obeying the orders of the ministers at that time, Prime Minister and the Home Minister, that is Advaniji and Atalji. The bureaucracy was reluctant to obey the orders and orders of the Justice Mukherjee, because for a long period the IAS officers was loyal to Nehru Gandhi dynasty. When Shastriji took over as Prime Minister, all the IAS system bureaucracy remained loyal to Nehru, all loyal officers of Nehru, and this loyalty was not only the whole Nehru dynasty, loyal to Nehru dynasty. And Shastriji, in his deeper plane of the mind, do not believe, did not believe the death of Netaji, and was thinking in terms of instituting a commission of inquiry. That definitely went to the Indira. That information went to Indira. That is that is that is one of the reasons of the misfortune. What happened in the life of Shastriji in Tashkent. Then I will come to and then I will come to remember Shastriji. His Shastriji is the first during the Nehru period. India never won a war. Never won a war. Kashmir War 1947 was practically, though army was victorious, but Nehru converted that victory into defeat. Ultimately defeat for India. China War was a glorious retreat, a big defeat for India in the hands of Chinese army. Shastriji gave India the first taste of victory, and our army occupied vast land of Pakistan. Ayub Khan thought he will occupy Delhi. The flag of Pakistan will fly from the Red Fort and Delhi's parliament. But the opposite things happened. Indian army occupied the vast land of Pakistan and encircled their Karachi port, and on land their capital Islamabad. Ayub Khan never imagined that. That shattered Ayub Khan. Ayub Khan. Then I am coming to Mahakal Katham. Mahakal Katham. I am coming to Mahakal Katham. In Mahakal Katham, in that Mahakal Katham, in Oi Mohammadabashe Osses, Lal Bahadur, LB, in the name of LB, what Mahakal has told in the name of LB means Lal Bahadur. There are many areas where LB has been mentioned. I am going to page number, yes, LB, page number, yes. There are many things in this volume. Oi Mohammadabashe Osses by Charonik. He has mentioned many things. One is in page number 17. He trying to give us the idea how many enemies, traitors is in inside India. How many traitors? He has mentioned here. One colonel, Bengali colonel, Christian, Colonel Sen, P. Sen, Colonel P. Sen. He prepared a paper for defense of their northern boundary from hands of China. He submitted this paper to the defense minister, Menon. The tragedy is, of the 17 copies of this paper, they were dispatched to China and Pakistan. Only one was left in defense ministry. By telling this, Mahakal is clearly telling how much enemies of India are in the government itself, very inside its government itself. ডিফেন্স মিনিস্ট্রি থেকে সে রিপোর্ট পাকিস্তানে, পাক থেকে চীনে চলে যায়। দ্যাট রিপোর্ট from Delhi went to Pakistan, from Pakistan to China. And on getting this report, both Pakistan and China came to know where are the weak points in the defense in the boundary of India. They attacked. Then in page number 18, what is telling here? I have given message to both Jawaharlal and LB, JN. I have informed, I have given message to both JN and LB. JN means Jawaharlal Nehru, LB means Lal Bahadur. Once he was Home Minister. I have warned them where are the weak points in our boundary. But they have not done their duty. যথাপূর্বম জেএনকে চুপচাপ চুরি করে নীরব, তারপর ভারতেরও একজনকে দিয়ে চেষ্টা করে, জেএন যথাপূর্বম, তারপর এলবি লাল বাহাদুরও মুখ বন্ধ, কোনো নো রিয়াকশন। Again northeast, he has warned government 3 to 4 times. Mahakal is telling they are a gang, a group of UK, USA, Catholic and China, including Pakistan. That gang is active jointly in anti-India activities in northeast, particularly in Mizoram. নাগারা যা করবে এবং পরে মিজোরা যা করবে, জেএনকে এলবিকে 3-4 বার জানানো হয়েছে সূত্র দ্বারা। কারণ এ ব্যাপারে 4 পক্ষ, ইউকে, ইউএসএ, ক্যাথলিক অ্যান্ড চায়না, সম্মিলিতভাবে দে আর জয়েন্টলি কনস্পায়ারিং এগেনস্ট ইন্ডিয়া। কোনো লাভ হয়নি, নো বেনিফিট। মিজোরাম যে গুরু মন্তর বিদ্রোহ করবে সেটা বহুবার, দে উইল বি রিবেলিয়াস। আই হ্যাভ ওয়ার্ন শাস্ত্রীজি অ্যান্ড নেহরু। I have passed on these informations to them. এবং LB has been informed. Lal Bahadur has been informed. Then he is telling one thing. Mahakal is telling a fact of meet between Ayub Khan and Shastriji in Delhi. What was the discussion? First I am reading it in Bengali. রিসেন্ট লড়াইয়ের প্রেরণা, উৎসাহ, আদর্শ, কূট সহায়তা, চোখ টেপা ইউকের কাছ থেকে পাক পেয়েছে। ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ড অফ দি ইন্ডো-পাক ওয়ার 1965। যখন গলার টুটির উপর এসে চাপল, তখন ডেড ঘোস্ট ভাবল ইন্ডিয়ান আর্মি কলঙ্কের পসরা নিয়ে লজ্জার কাজল মুখে লেপে পাক কাম ইউকে কাম জগতের কাছে কাপুরুষ ভীরু পলায়নে বীর বলে হেয় হয়ে আছে। আইয়ুব লন্ডনে এলবিকে তার মুখের উপর বলেছিল, আই ক্যান ওয়াক ওভার টু দিল্লি এনি আওয়ার আই ওয়ান্ট টু, ইউ নো। Ayub Khan directly told Lal Bahadur in Delhi, I can talk, I can walk over to Delhi any hour, I want to, you know. By this time, Pakistan has received few hundred Patton tanks from USA. Patton tank means at this time USA was proud to tell that Patton tank are the so mighty that they are the moving force. None can destroy that. And armed with these Patton tanks, few hundred, Ayub thought he will conquer Delhi, invade India, conquer vast land of West India, and conquer Delhi and Red Fort. But the reverse thing happened. It is very interesting to note that directly in this war front, Mohakal was present. In this period, Jayanta Chaudhary was the chief of the army. About Jayanta Chaudhary, Mohakal has got deep faith about his efficiency. What happened, you know? At one time, at one area, he has told that I have to walk into the deeper areas of Pakistan myself on foot. I visited many times the land of Pakistan that time. Our Indian army occupied vast land of Pakistan and surrounded Islamabad and also encircled the Karachi port by our navy. That make Ayub Khan panicky, and that panicked Ayub Khan fell to the foot of UK and USA. Fell at the foot of USA and UK. UK and USA requested Russia to invite Shastriji to the land of the Russia for some arranged negotiations between Ayub Khan, that is Pakistan, with India. This is the conspiracy. Mohakal is telling. Mohakal is told at many areas. Panicked Ayub Khan fell at the foot of USA and UK, because UK and USA was the master of Pakistan that time. UK USA saw that if they request directly Shastriji, he may not obey. That UK USA they requested USSR to arrange some meet between the Ayub Khan and Shastriji in the land of USSR. And this time, what Bhagavanji Mohakal is telling, I gave message to Shastriji, Lal Bahadur, LB, that don't go to the Russia, don't trust Russia. Rather, you invite both President of the USSR and Ayub Khan to your land. Let there be discussion. What Bhagavanji Mohakal is telling, that I gave message to Shastriji, don't go to the land of Russia. Don't believe that. Believe them. Rather, you invite Ayub Khan and the President of the USSR to your land for discussion, for negotiations. And Mohakal is telling, I am sorry. Possibly Shastriji could not understand my message. He went there and the tragedy took place. And further warning was from Bhagavanji to LB that Ayub is a man of personality. Huge towering figure, man of personality. You are no match for Ayub Khan. Don't go there. don't go to the foreign land. You are victorious. We invite both Russian president and Ayub Khan. Negotiate in your own land. That is the warning. I'll read. I'll read these few areas. আশ্চর্য, blast it all. Lee. Lee means Leela. He's writing this is the correspondence between Leela and Bhagwanji. Lahore was completely evacuated by the civilians. Lahore was completely evacuated by the civilians. Lahore was encircled by the Indian army. Pak military were fleeing Lahore like squirrels. Pak military was fleeing like squirrels. It was a matter of punching, a taking. Sialkot, Muzaffarabad, and that 1/3 of the Kashmir were a matter of 1 week. To conquer the rest of the Kashmir was a matter of 1 week. Someone under quote, someone was there himself. Someone was there himself. Someone. He himself was there. Someone crossed and recrossed Ichogil at a place, one place. Someone crossed and recrossed Ichogil. Thrice had been in Salimar. Thrice had been in Salimar. Salimar is a place in Pakistan. This mystery man went to Salimar in this war period thrice. Hell of hells. That thumbnail area of Chamb could be literally turned into a veritable inferno, and not a soul to call Allah. Not a soul was there to utter Allah. Desert land, deserted land. No man was there. Thus it all. They behaved both sides, India, Pakistan. He is calling Pakistan a Pakistan, just like a copybook puppet soldiers. His English words, sentences I am reading. Bengali areas not today. The world respect venerable. The world respects venerate. Fears only the strong. The world respects venerate. Fears only the strong. Be strong and preach. The world shall hear and accept with admiration and grossing respect. Be weak and preach. The world shall know you to be a real despicable coward, hypocrite. If you are a weak and preach, the world shall know you to be a real despicable coward and hypocrite, fit only to be patted and booted and enslaved. Damn it all. তাসখন্দের প্রপোজাল যখন ইন্ডিয়ার কাছে করার আগেই, ইন্ডিয়ার অজান্তে, তাসখন্দের প্রপোজাল ইন্ডিয়ার কাছে করার আগেই ইন্ডিয়ার অজান্তে ভেতরে ভেতরে তৈরি হয় পাকিস্তানের নীল ডাউন প্রার্থনা, কান্নার পর ইউকে পাককে নির্ভয় করে ইউএসএতে দৌড়োয় তাকে সঠিক ব্যাপার বোঝানোর জন্যে। ইউকে, ইউএসএ, আর আর মিন্স রাশিয়া বুঝিয়ে দেয়। প্ল্যান তৈরি হয়ে যাওয়ার পর আর ইন্ডিয়ার একমাত্র বন্ধু হয়ে লোকসমক্ষে আসরে নামে, টু এক্সট্রিকেট পাকিস্তান at that moment and to help her be strong for another clash. Panicky Ayub Khan fell to the foot of UK, and with the help of USA, they approached USSR, that is Russia. The plan of pact was in between, was from behind the curtain, UK, USA, and Russia, and they actually trapped Shastriji. কোনো না কোনো উপায় দ্বারা এলবিকে জানিয়ে দেওয়া হয়, আই ইনফর্মড এলবি, এও স্পষ্ট করে বলে দেওয়া হয়, ইট ইজ অলসো ক্লিয়ারলি টোল্ড টু হিম, প্লিজ ডোন্ট ফিল স্নাগ, ডোন্ট ট্রাস্ট আর, ডোন্ট ফিল স্মাগ, ইউ আর নো ম্যাচ ফর দেম, and there you invite them all to your Indian soil. If R is really a bondhu as you think, if R is really your bondhu as you think, invite all of them to your soil. What happened in the Taskand Baitak between only Ayub Khan and Shastriji both together? No other person was there, no third person was there. Ayub Khan and Shastriji. First I am reading in Bengali. আয়ুব এবং এলবি দুজনে একত্রে, একলা, নো আদার পার্সন, প্রথমবার একটা আলাদা ঘরে দেখা হয়। তখন আয়ুব উর্দুতে বলে, এলবি অব তো রহম করো, জো হো গয়া শো হো গয়া। বাংলায় তর্জমা করলে, এবার তো আমায় দয়া করুন, যা হবার হয়ে গেছে, প্লিজ ফরগিভ মি অ্যান্ড ফরগেট। If I translate to English, when they met together, no third persons, in a room, Ayub Khan told, what has happened, please forgive me, jo ho gaya so ho gaya, please forgive me and forget. Then what happened? তারপর নিজেকে ক্ষুদ্র ছোট ভাই, ভারতবর্ষকে শক্তিমান জ্যেষ্ঠ ভ্রাতা প্রমাণিত করে অনেক কিছু আয়ুব এলবিকে বলে, তাকে তারপর বলে, কেমন করে আমি আপনাকে বোঝাবো যে আমি কীরকমভাবে ফেঁসে আছি, নিরুপায় হয়ে। Then Ayub requested Elvi that I am very much in a pathetic position in my country. If you do not help me, I will not recover. And in other way, he was trying to get sympathy and favor from Shastriji. And also, while Shastriji was processing for Taskand, Bhagwanji informed him and cautioned him, beware of the R, that R means Russia, beware the R, ইন্ডিয়া অ্যান্ড আরব ওয়ার্ল্ড সম্বন্ধে অন্য কিছু ওরা ভাবছে। রাশিয়া ইজ থিঙ্কিং অ্যাবাউট ইন্ডিয়া অ্যান্ড আরব ওয়ার্ল্ড ইন এ ডিফারেন্ট ওয়ে। বি কেয়ারফুল অ্যান্ড কসাস, বিকজ রাশিয়া ইজ চেঞ্জিং দেয়ার পলিসি অফ অন ইন্ডিয়া, আরব ল্যান্ড, ইসরায়েল অ্যান্ড পাকিস্তান। Be cautious. Be cautious. Be cautious. Many times Mahakal Bhagavanji has cautioned Shastriji, and I will I'll not go deeper to other informations. Only thing I will tell you how how he died, the mysterious death. And one thing is clear: the death is not natural. Death is not natural. And very suspicious area was there that the mini ministry, mini cabinet which went with him, the mini cabinet, deputy ministers, and the bureaucrats who went there were majority loyal to Nehru, loyal to Indira. They are not loyal to Shastriji. And the mini kitchen preparing food for Shastriji, the members of the kitchen were loyal to Nehru, loyal to Indira, and full of Muslims. And there was a conspiracy between this Nehru Gandhi dynasty and Ayub group. Ayub group on that side, Nehru Gandhi dynasty this side. Nehru Gandhi dynasty is a Muslim, Ayub Khan Muslim, Muslim is pan Islamic interest. There was a conspiracy, joint conspiracy of poisoning Shastriji. In this poisoning, definitely, what I believe, Russians are not involved. The Russians were shocked. That's why that Muslim kitchen boy was initially arrested. The kitchen boy who supplied the glass of milk was arrested. And the bureaucrats, the ambassador of India, he negotiated to release this boy. When on India's side, the ministry and the bureaucracy was not eager for any exploration, any inquiry into this mysterious death. Russia did not show the interest. For diplomatic reasons, they reduced their interest in this issue. When the India side bureaucracy and politicians are not eager to enter into this area of mysterious death, they withdrew, because after Shastriji they have to continue with the new government, with this bureaucracy and with this ministry. The mysterious thing is that that Muslim kitchen boy was allowed to go direct to Pakistan, and Indira Gandhi subsequently dispatched all his salaries, monies direct to Pakistan. And when in and the Shastriji, there was no death certificate, there was no regular post-mortem, and subsequently when there was an inquiry on the demand of Jayaprakash Narayan and all those persons, when the personal physician and his personal secretary was on the way to depose before the inquiry, both of them were dashed by some moving vehicle. One died on the spot, other injured, his central nervous systems damaged to a large extent and neurologically crippled. These are the things, how the evidences were destroyed. When the evidences are destroyed, there is every reason to think that this was a murder. Shastriji's death was not natural. Let me stop here today.